YouTube wants you to submit your tax info and will be taxing only and only the revenue you'll be generating from the viewership in the US. Okay, now there's some statement here I want to read out again. If any apply, okay, if your tax info isn't submitted by 31st of May, Google will be required to deduct 24% of your total earning worldwide. Revenue, you can filter out the top earning countries or the top YouTube revenue sources by geographical location. This means that you'll be seeing that there are some viewers there's some revenue which you get from viewers who are based in the US, and this is what they are focusing on more. So it's not going to be global, but they are only going to be taxing the viewership you get from the US. So what do I need to do? In the next few weeks, you'll be receiving an email to submit your tax information in the Adsense. The online tax tool in the Adsense is 6 steps, and you'll be asked a series of questions to guide you through the process to determine if any of taxes for information of these steps and the list. Okay, now all what they need here is that they will submit, when you log into your Adsense account, they will give you that form which you need to fill in, and you're able to apply each and everything. It will be 6 steps. So my major focus is why this is happening. So basing on the US Internal Revenue Code, it makes gives Google responsibility. Google has the responsibility under Chapter 3 of the US Internal Revenue Code to collect tax from monetizing creators outside the US. Okay, and deduct taxes in certain instances when they earn income from viewers in the US. So this means that the tax will be only charged for the viewers you get in the US. And to make matters worse, most of the viewership for my channel and most of some other channels, if I'm not mistaken, is from the US. This comes as a result of people using VPNs, people using servers, people using mostly VPNs and VPS. When you look at VPNs, most of the VPN applications, they focus mainly, their default server connection is US. When you look at the VPS, most people would prefer using RDPs and some other clients based in with the IPs of the US. This results as to why some of the channels, tech channels, and some other stuffs their top revenue sources is from the US. So this is a very, very something you can't just underestimate, because it's going well. If the charges are very high, like if I told you decide not to submit your revenue, if you look at the 24% which they will charge you, it's a very big amount. Remember, you're outside the US, and when you look at a country I am from, whenever the revenue reaches, well, they'll have to also deduct, and honestly, it will go below your required so how will the earning be impacted? If you provide your tax info, US taxes may only be applied to your monthly earning from the Adsense revenue and from viewers in the US. So not excluding YouTube Premium, Super Chat, Super Stickers, channel membership, and the rest. So I believe this is the same thing which has been happening to the people in the US. Well, there are a few questions which you may be asking yourself. So I've tried to look out a few questions. So here they're asking, what is tax withholding? Simply put, tax withholding is when taxes are deducted from your payment so that they can be paid to a government to satisfy payees' US tax liability. Now, that is very simple to explain. So they will deduct taxes, and then they will be paid in a total of how much they paid outside the US as YouTube. How will this affect my YouTube income? Only a portion of your earning from the viewers in the United States will be affected. It will be the only revenue which will be subjected to taxation under this new strategy brought in by YouTube. And if I dig into this, they will say that if I told you failed submitting your information, it will affect by deducting 24% of your total worldwide YouTube AdSense earning. Now, this is not only AdSense, but it includes premium membership, super chats, and the rest. So I would rather consider submitting the tax information than deducting over 24% from my total worldwide earning. Well, for a small YouTuber, if you look at how much the tax will be considered, which will be deducted from you, when you look at 24%, well, it's so much. Okay, there are many other questions to say, and I was still saying that let us give an example. If you are a YouTuber and you're based in India or based in South Africa, and maybe you make $1,000, let me say, and on top of that $1,000, you made $100 from the US, from the viewers in the US. It will be only that $100 to which will be charged. So this is what. And what if I don't submit my tax identification? Of course, they will withhold the 24% of the total earnings worldwide, and it will be submitted it will be taken as the taxation. If I don't earn revenue from the viewers in the US on my channel, well, I think the overall answer you're seeing here, it is a must that you have to submit your details. Because what if you have viewers in the US in the future? So it will help out in easy setting up of everything. Which criteria are you using to determine if I'm a US based creator or not? Your location is determined by the residence you declare in your tax information. Remember, as you're submitting your payment info in AdSense, they sent you an email or email which you went and picked, and it confirmed that you're based in that country. So automatically that declares that your channel isn't based in the US, so you're entitled to that revenue. Does this apply to my AdSense earnings aside from YouTube? If you provide valid tax info, withholding taxes under Chapter 3 should be applied to your YouTube earnings. So the answer is, of course, it will only be applied to your YouTube earnings only. Okay, I believe I've tried to break down you guys each and everything. So in my next video, I'll be trying to show you how you'll be creating submitting your details. With that, I remain SCOT UG. Meet another video. God bless you.